Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. So in this session we are going for discussion on numericals based on Avogadro's law as well as ideal gas law. Okay, well, first numerical is a balloon blown up at 5 degrees Celsius has a volume of 480 ml. At this stage a balloon is distended in 7 by 8 of its maximum stretching capacity. Okay, balloon blow up at what is the temperature? 5 degrees Celsius. And what is the volume of the gas filled in the balloon? It is 480 ml. Okay, at this stage the balloon is distended in 7 by 8 of its maximum stretching capacity. Well, first question, will the balloon burst if it taken into a room having 30 degrees Celsius? Means, so we are not changing just volume of the gas, but we are changing the temperature. We know inter the relations volume and temperature. First question is, will the balloon burst if it is taken into a room having 30 degrees Celsius? Then second part of the question is, calculate the temperature at which the balloon will burst. So if not at 30 degree, then at what temperature balloon will burst out? Well, as per the given data, they said 480 ml, right? That what that 480 ml represents? It represents the 7 by 8 of the balloon's maximum capacity. Okay, that 480 ml indicates 7 portion out of 8 portions of balloon's maximum capacity. Okay, therefore maximum volume capacity of a balloon will be 480 into 8 by 7. So it will be how much? 548.6 ml. So it is the maximum volume. If volume of the balloon exceeds this volume 548.6 ml, then balloon will burst out. So this 548.6 ml indicating maximum volume. So balloon can be blown up. Beyond this, balloon will burst out. Well, thus if volume exceeds 548.6 ml, the balloon will answer. Second, calculation of volume of a balloon at 30 degrees Celsius. So what happened? That balloon is carried to a room having 30 degrees Celsius. At that condition, they are asking whether balloon will burst out or not. So by Charles law, what will be the formula we know? V, volume of a given mass of a gas is directly proportional to temperature, and we have a formula V1 by T1 is equal to V2 by T2. This is the well-known formula. So V1 by T1 is equal to V2 by T2. So what is V1 here? 480 ml. V2, we don't know the temperature. So what is the corresponding temperature for V1? It is the 5 degrees Celsius. So 5 degrees Celsius converted into Kelvin. So 5 plus 273, it is 278 Kelvin. And what is the temperature at which that carried out? 30 degrees Celsius. That balloon is carried to a room having 30 degrees Celsius temperature. So is the T2. So 30 degrees Celsius plus 273. So it will be 303 Kelvin. Now what we have to find out? We have to find out the corresponding volume first. With the help of this equation, V1 by T1 is equal to V2 by T2. So if we substitute, so V2 is equal to V1 T2 divided by T1. So V1 how much? 480 ml. T2 303 Kelvin divided by T1 how much? 278 Kelvin. So if you simplify, that volume will be 523.16 ml. So what is the volume we are getting? So if that balloon, already the volume of a gas filled in it is 480 ml. If it is brought to a room having 30 degrees Celsius, balloon will expand its volume up to how much? 523.16 ml. But what is the maximum volume? We already know 5 more than this. Therefore, what we can say, balloon will not burst if it is taken to a room having 30 degrees Celsius. Then further, at what temperature balloon will burst out? What is the next part of the question? Calculation of temperature at which balloon will burst out. Means we have to find out the T2 here. Again, we have to use the same equation. Corresponding terms involved are V1 480 ml, T1 278 Kelvin, V2 548.6. We know the maximum capacity of the balloon 548.6 ml, and we have to find out the corresponding temperature, right? So V1 by T1 is equal to V2 by T2. Say T2, we are equating for T2 here. T2 is equal to V2 T1 divided by V1. So V2 548.6 T1 278 divided by V1 480 ml. So if you simplify it, how much it is? 317.7 Kelvin. So at this temperature balloon will burst out. Then in terms of degree Celsius, say 317.7 minus 273, it will be 44.7 degree Celsius. So when the temperature is about 44.7 degree Celsius, balloon will burst out, and corresponding volume how much? 548.6 ml. So at this temperature, corresponding volume of balloon will be 548.6 ml. So balloon will burst out at this condition, right? I hope you got the answer. Well, thus balloon will burst out as soon the temperature exceeds 44.7 degree Celsius, right? Consider the second problem. The temperature at the foot of mountain is 30 degrees Celsius and the pressure is 760 mm of Hg. So there is a mountain. Okay, consider there is a mountain. The foot of mountain. What is the temperature? The foot side. It is about 30 degrees Celsius and corresponding pressure is 760 mm of Hg. Further, what they are saying? Whereas at the top of the mountain, these are 0 degrees Celsius and 710 mm of Hg. So at the top, the temperature is 0 degrees Celsius and pressure is 710 mm of Hg. Okay. What they are asking? Compare the densities of air at the foot and the top of the mountain. We have to find out the corresponding densities at the foot as well as at the top around the mountain. Well, we look for the solution here. So consider as per the given data, say P1 at foot level 760 mm Hg, corresponding temperature is 30 degrees Celsius, that is in terms of Kelvin it is 303 Kelvin. P2, so at the top of the mountain, P2 how much pressure is 710 mm of Hg and corresponding temperature 0 degrees Celsius means 273 Kelvin temperature. Well, we have a relation with respect to this data. The density is given by D is equal to Pm by RT. Okay, density is given by Pm by RT. Just we are considering ideal gas equation. We know well known PV, right? PV is equal to nRT. We know this expression. Consider PV is equal to N is nothing but number of moles, weight divided by molar mass into RT. Just rearrange it. Pm is equal to weight divided by volume into RT. Further, we know this quantity weight divided by volume is nothing but, so Pm is equal to weight divided by volume is nothing but density into art. So we are equating for D here. D is equal to Pm divided by RT. Okay, we have this relation, the relation between density and pressure, molar mass. Okay, pressure, molar mass, gas constant and temperature. Well, with the help of this relation we can find out the densities, right? Well, so here D indicates the density, M is the molar mass, R is a gas constant. Let the density at top be D2 and at the bottom, right? D2 is nothing but what? P2, corresponding pressure P2, molar mass will be same, P2 by M, P2M divided by RT2, and let the density at the foot be D1. So D1 will be equal to P1M divided by RT1. So here molar mass remains same, therefore is taken as it is P1M divided by RT1. Now here if you take the ratio of these two, D1 by D2 is equal to, so D1 what it is, P1M divided by RT1. Here if you simplify on the other side, it's a D1 by D2 is equal to, what is D1 here, P1M divided by RT1 into D2 is nothing but RT2 divided by, it is present in the denominator, so we have to take in a reciprocal form, RT2 divided by P2M. So what are the things cancels here? R and R get cancels, M and also cancels. So remaining will be what? P1 by T1 into T2 by P. Okay. T2 by P2. So D1 by D2 is equal to P1 by T1 into T2 by P2. So P1 how much? 760 mm of Hg divided by T1 303 Kelvin into T2 how much? 273 at the top, and pressure will be 710. So this D1 by D2 we get is 0.964 divided by 1, means here D1 by D2, if you take the proportions, 0.964 is to 1 is the proportions, means density D1 means at a corresponding density of gas at the ground level it is 0.964, and at the top of the mountain it is 1. Okay, well, go to the next problem. At which of the following 4 conditions will the density of nitrogen be largest? Just before we have considered the formula, first we look for the options here. Say at STP means standard temperature and pressure. Standard temperature, say 0 degree Celsius and 22.4 liters of volume, and pressure 1 atmosphere, or you can say 760 mm of Hg. 273 Kelvin temperature and 2 atmospheric pressure, 546 Kelvin temperature and 1 atmospheric pressure, 546 Kelvin temperature and 2 atmospheric pressures. So the answer will be second, B. Well, why we are saying this means, yes, what is the density? We know density is equal to Pm by RT, right? Density density is equal to Pm by RT. So now if I consider the relation between density with pressure and temperature, as all the options includes the data related to pressure and temperatures, right? Say temperature, pressure, and here also temperature and pressure. Now with respect to pressure, density and pressures are directly related, means as per the question, at which of the following 4 conditions will the density of nitrogen be largest? In which case the density will be largest, means where the pressure is high. So if you go on considering the pressure, say 1 atmosphere, these are not the answers, but we have to look for these. In both the cases there are pressure is 2 atmosphere, but we have to look for temperature. On the other hand, the relation between density and temperature, how it is related, it is inversely proportional, means lower temperature. So out of these, which is low? 273 Kelvin temperature is low, means at this condition, okay, at this condition we can say the density of nitrogen will be largest. Temperature low, pressure high, right? So therefore we say key B is the correct answer. Well, next problem number 4. Calculate the number of gaseous molecules left in a volume of 1 mm³ of its if it is pumped out to give a vacuum of 10⁻⁻⁶ mm of Hg at 298 Kelvin. So what they are asking, calculate the number of gaseous molecules left in a volume of 1 mm³ if it is pumped out to give a vacuum of 10⁻⁶ mm of Hg at a 298 Kelvin temperature. We have to find out the number of gaseous molecules left out of how much volume? 1 mm³ of volume, means, so here volume how much? 1 mm³. 1 mm³ is nothing but 10⁻⁻⁶ decimeter cube. We know these conversions. 1 mm³ refers to 10⁻⁻⁶ decimeter cube. Further, P, pressure how much? 10⁻⁻⁶ mm of Hg. Okay, so is converted into kilopascal. So how we can convert means, we know 760. What is the standard relation? 760 mm of Hg means how much? 101.325 kilopascal. We know these conversions, right? So now how much? What is the pressure here? 10⁻⁻⁶. 10⁻⁻⁶ mm of Hg means how much? So here pressure, if we convert this, what it is? That pressure will be, so 10⁻⁻⁶ into 101.325 divided by 760. Same thing we are doing here. 10 raised to minus 6 mm of Hg into 101.325 kilopascal divided by 760 mm of Hg. So here mm of Hg, this unit cancels. What is the unit for this pressure? So if you simplify it, it is 1.333 into 10 raised to minus 7 kilopascal. So that pressure. So volume is 10 raised to minus 6 dm cube. Pressure 1.333 into 10 raised to minus 7 kilopascal. And if I consider amount of gas, N is equal to, as per the ideal gas expression, N is equal to PV by RT. We have this expression. So pressure, how much? 1.333 into 10 raised to minus 7 kilopascal, corresponding unit, into V, 10 raised to minus 6 dm cube, divided by RT. R, its value will be 8.314 kilopascal decimeter cube per Kelvin per mole, and temperature 298 Kelvin temperature. So here if you simplify with respect to unit, so kilopascal cancels, decimeter cube cancels, okay, per Kelvin and Kelvin cancels, and mole goes to the numerator, it becomes mole, per mole becomes mole. So the values, if you simplify, it will be 5.38 into 10 raised to minus 17 mole. So what it is the moles, right? Moles. But what we have to find out, the number of molecules. What is the relation between mole and number of moles? So number of molecules will be is nothing but N into Avogadro number. Okay, number of moles into Avogadro number. It gives the numbers. Well, how many moles we got here? 5.38 into 10 raised to minus 17 mole into Avogadro number 6.023 into 10 raised to 23 per mole. So mole per mole cancels here. So if you multiply, we get the total number of molecules. So it is 3.240 into 10 raised to 7. So what it is? It is the number of molecules. Number of molecules burst out of 1 mm cube volume of a gas. Right? So what is the answer? 3.240 into 10 raised to 7. Well, next problem. A refrigerator tank holding 5 liter of freon gas. Okay, a refrigerator tank, it holds how much? What is the volume of freon gas? It is the 5 liter. What is the temperature? 25 degrees Celsius, and pressure is 3 atmospheric pressure. Developed a leak. Okay, there is a refrigerator tank is filled with the freon. How much freon? 5 liter of freon. What is the temperature? 25 degrees Celsius. What is the pressure? 3 atmospheric pressure. So what happened is it is going to develop a certain leak here. Okay, a leak is formed here. So due to leakage, what happens? When the leak was discovered and repaired, the tank had lost 76 gram of gas. So out of 5 liter of freon, how much lost? 76 gram of freon. Freon is lost here. What they are asking, what was the pressure of the gas remaining in the tank at 25 degrees Celsius? If part of the some quantity of gas is lost, what is the pressure of the remaining gas in a tank, they are asking. Okay, well, look for the solution here. Say original gas pressure, how much? N is equal to PV by RT. So P, what is the pressure here? 3 atmosphere. V, volume 5 liter. Okay, in the tank when it is filled. R 0.0821. Okay, liter atmosphere per Kelvin per mole, and temperature is 25 degrees Celsius, means it is 298 Kelvin. So if we simplify what it is, we get the number of moles of gases present in the freon. Out 5 liter of freon is nothing but how much? 0.613 moles. Okay, is the number of moles of gases present in the tank. Now if we convert it in terms of weight, how much? Weight means how we can convert number of moles into its molecular mass, gives the weight of the gas. So 0.613, and from where we get this 171 means it is the from formula C2Cl2F4 freon. Okay, molecular formula C2Cl2F4, by which we can find out its molecular mass. So number of moles 0.613, its molecular weight is 171 gram. So if you multiply, it is 105 gram, means it is the weight of how much? Weight of original gas present in a tank. During leakage, what happens? Some quantity will be leaked, means how much it is? 105 original weight, out of which how much? 76 gram will be lost during leakage. Then how much freon left in the tank? It is the 29 gram of freon remains in the tank. Once leak is discovered and it is patched, remaining freon in the tank will be 29 gram only. Okay, 29 gram of freon left in a tank. So in terms of moles, how we can convert? Weight divided by molecular mass. So weight 29 gram and molecular mass is 171, so it will be 0.17 mole. So when that freon is filled, it is 0.613 mole, but after leakage is discovered and patched, how much moles remained? 0.17 mole remained. Now pressure is equal to nRT by V. Okay, so N how much? 0.17, R 0.082 into T 298. At 25 degrees Celsius itself they are asking, so 298 divided by V 5 liters. Okay, so P here is 0.83 atmosphere. So what is the pressure exerted by that remaining freon is? It is just 0.3 atmosphere. Okay, well, then coming to the next problem, problem number 6. The density of phosphorus vapor at 310 degrees Celsius and 775 torr is 2.64 gram per decimeter cube. Okay, what is the molecular formula of a phosphorus? So what we know, P is equal to D by M into RT. So already I mentioned D is equal to PM by RT, or M is equal to, okay, just we already noticed that density is equal to PM by RT. We know this relation. If you equate for M is nothing but what? M is equal to D by P into RT. Okay, DRT by PR, D by P into RT. Well, so density D is equal to, density is given how much? 2.64 gram per decimeter cube, and pressure 775 torr divided by 760. Atmosphere is converted to atmosphere. Then R value 0.0821 decimeter cube. Okay, liter is nothing but decimeter cube. Liter atmosphere, or I can say dm cube atmosphere per Kelvin per mole. Okay, and what about temperature? They are saying 310 degrees Celsius. In terms of Kelvin, 310 plus 273, it is 583 Kelvin temperature. Now M, so M is equal to, say, 2.64 into 0.0821 into 583 into 760 divided by 775. Well, if you simplify, it is how much? 123.9 gram per mole. So atomic mass of phosphorus 31 gram. So number of phosphorus atoms in a molecule will be equal to 123 divided by 31. It will be 3.997, means approximately 4 atoms present per molecule. Okay, hence molecular formula of phosphorus will be P4. Right. Then problem number 7. The density of oxygen is 1.43 gram per liter at STP. Determine the density of oxygen at a 17 degrees Celsius and 800 torr. So density of oxygen is 1.43 gram per liter at STP condition. We have to determine the density of same oxygen at 17 degrees Celsius and 800 torr pressures. Well, applying the formula, D is equal to MP divided by RT at STP D1. So MP1 by RT1. So here P1 760 torr, T1 273 Kelvin temperature, D1 1.43 gram per liter. So at STP condition, as they said, density of oxygen 1.43 gram per liter at STP. So standard temperature and pressure 760 torr and temperature 273 Kelvin. temperature. Okay, so at given conditions D2 mp2 by RT2. So what is the given condition? Pressure is 800 torr and temperature 290 Kelvin. We have to find out the density at given conditions. So D2 by D1, D2 by D1 again, D2 by D1 is equal to P2 by P2 by T2 into T1 by P1. So our D2 is equal to P2 by P1 into T1 by T2 into D1 density. So P2 800 torr, P1 760 torr, T1 273 Kelvin temperature, T2 okay 290 Kelvin into D1 density 1.43. If we simplify, what is the density? 1.417 gram per liter. So is the density of the gas, right? Well, next problem, determine the payload of balloon of volume 10⁶ liter filled with helium gas at a 27 degrees Celsius and 1 atmospheric pressure. Assume that balloon is massless and the molecular mass of air is 28.84 AMU atomic mass unit. I just repeat the question here. Determine the payload of balloon of volume 10⁶ liter filled with the helium gas at a 27 degrees Celsius and 1 atmospheric pressure. Assume that balloon is massless and the molecular mass of air is 28.84 AMU. Okay, we'll look for the solution now. So the mass of air filled in a balloon can be calculated. So with the help of this relation, PV is equal to okay nRT. N is nothing but weight divided by molecular mass into RT. So here pressure, what is the pressure? 1 atmosphere pressure, right? 1 AM, 1 atmosphere pressure, volume 10⁶ liter. So 1 into 10⁶ is equal to W by weight. We have to find out. So molecular mass of the air, how much they have given? 28.84 AMU into R, 0.082 into T, 27 degrees Celsius means how much? 300 Kelvin. So if we simplify, weight will be L172.3 into 10⁶ gram, or I can say L172.3 kg. Okay. So mass of helium gas filled in a balloon, which can be calculated with the help of relation PV is equal to W by M into RT. So P 1 into 10⁶ W by 4. What is 4 here? Molecular mass of helium 4 R, 0.082 into 300. So what is how much? 16,162,601.6 gram, or else in terms of kg 162.6 kg. So payload, mass of air minus mass of gas minus mass of a balloon. So how we can calculate the payload means mass of air minus mass of gas minus mass of a balloon. So what they specified, mass of balloon is taken as negligible, so 0. So mass of air how much? 1172.3 kg minus mass of gas 162.6 kg minus 0. So 1010 kg means 1010 kg is the payload of that balloon, right? So next problem, a balloon whose volume is 5 liter contains 6.1 gram of nitrogen. Okay, a balloon whose volume is 5 liter contains 6.1 gram of nitrogen. What mass of nitrogen must be added to the balloon to expand its volume to L1 liter at the same temperature and pressures? Again, you have to look for given condition, say V1. What is V1 here? 5 liter. Okay, 5 liter. V2, they are saying we have to expand its volume to L1 liter. So V2 L1 liter. N1 means 6.1 gram of nitrogen, okay, whose volume is 5 liter, which contains 6.1 gram of nitrogen. Number of moles will be weight, 6.1 gram is the weight divided by molecular mass of nitrogen, N2 28 gram. So how much number of moles? 0.22 mole of nitrogen present, N2. then we have to find out the N2 here. N1 is 0.22 mole, N2 number of moles of nitrogen to be filled in the L1 liters. Applying Avogadro's law, V1 by N1 is equal to V2 by N2. Avogadro's law equal at same temperature and pressure, equal volume of gases contains equal number of moles. As per that statement, that is Avogadro's law, we have a relation V1 by N1 is equal to V2 by N2. So V1, or just we rearrange this equation, equate for N2. N2 is equal to what? V2 into N1 divided by V1. So V2 how much? L1, N1 0.22 divided by V1 5 liters. So if we simplify, N2 will be 0.484 mole. Well, so already how much we have? Already there is a 0.22 moles of nitrogen present in it. What they are asking, how many amount of nitrogen to be added? Added means we have to remove the present thing. So total 0.484 mole, out of which already 0.2 moles are present. So remaining will be 0.264 mole of N2 to be added. Okay, so that its volume expanded to L1 liters. Means 0.264 mole is nothing but how much? It is the, so 0.264 into its 28. In terms of weight, 7.392 gram of nitrogen. So amount of nitrogen, dinitrogen should be added is 7.392 gram, so that its volume expands from 5 liter to 11 liters. Okay, well, I hope you got the answers. So with this, I am going to conclude about this session. Again in the next session, we look for other concept. Thank you. Be safe.